it's a special day today. Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. After the live stream, we're going to the racetrack. We're going to watch Steve Elliott race his Lotus Elise again. He won last year and the year before, so fingers crossed he'll do okay this time. But he is in the next class up, so, you know, foot down, Steve. Do it. I reckon he can. Okay, so who have we got in the workshop? Just bear with me. 1 second. Boom. Just going to refresh the old YouTube. There we go, look. Right. Oh my word, we've got adverts and all sorts of stuff. We don't want that. Jeez, where did that come from? JJ. Morning, Andy and crew. Good morning, JJ. Welcome back to the workshop, matey. Vijay Governor. Evening, Andy and family. Watching from South Africa. Good man. What's the video and audio like? Any good? Robert Lamuni. Is that right? Lamuni? Or Iamuni? Good morning, Andy and crew. Good morning, Robert. Welcome back to the workshop. Daz, 323323. Morning, crew. Sheldon just popped in. Morning, Mrs. Mechanic, Andy and crew. I like the way Sheldon is so polite. He puts Mrs. Mechanic first, which is it's what you do, you know. It's what you do. She's a good lass. Right, bear with me. That's better. We've got rid of the adverts now. Skip that. Don't want a trial. Jeez. Okay, there we go. Right. Thumbs up for Sheldon. Cheers, mate. Igors Dvorovskis. Hello there. Good morning, Igors. How's it going, matey? And Marmite, says Sheldon. Yes, Marmite is still in bed. Little Turnip got me up at about 5 to 6 this morning. She wanted to go out, so that was the end of my sleep. Anyway, more about that shortly. Vijay Governor, so far it seems good. Excellent. Harry Darg, hello everybody. Good morning, Harry. Welcome back, matey. Hope it's all well in your world. Simon, morning, Andy and crew. Good morning, Simon. I had some baked beans last week. I did, because the freezer was empty, so we had to go for the pantry and find something in there that was going to be edible. So baked beans on toast it was. Very nice. Richard Smith, evening, Andy. Good evening, Richard. Welcome back to the workshop, matey. Now then, Simon, hit the like. Absolutely. Connor K, morning, Andy and crew. Good morning, Connor. Welcome back, sir. MF50B. What the hell? Morning, Andy and crew. That's a distinctive name. Good morning, MF50B. Welcome to the workshop. Igor Zdroskis. Ooh, not good. It is snowing for the second day, and I have still made no progress with the intake boots. Our dealer seems to be lazy or incompetent. Oh dear. That's not good. That's not good at all. You need your parts. Now, Nathan N. Morning, Andy, from Colorado Springs. I'm at the Boulder Street Motor Club garage, working on my 77 Goldwing GL 1000 after wrecking it in September. Ooh, you mean you fell off? Jeez. Hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, here we go. Look, Simon. The only thing better than beans on toast is sausage beans on toast. And I would have to agree with you. Sausages with beans on toast is awesome. We used to get some sausages when I was at Terrington Hall School back in the UK years and years and years ago. And they were probably very cheap sausages, but they were more like bangers, you know. They had a very thin skin on them and they got real crispy and they were really, really, really nice. And no, we can't get them here in New Zealand. They just don't exist. So I haven't tasted those sausages for many, many years. And I miss them. They go well with beans on toast. But they did serve them with beans on toast. So they obviously got it sussed, you know. They knew what we liked. Harry Darg, where is he? All I see is buffering. Well, Harry, if all you can see is buffering, the problem must be at your end because everything is really good here at the moment. We've pretty much got the internet sorted out. We are, just to recap for you, Harry, the outgoing live stream is from the Vodafone rural broadband from the workshop, and I did a speed test this morning. It's about 70 megabytes per second going up, coming down, download, and about 12 megabytes per second going up, which is well enough for a live stream. They say about 3 to 4 is all you really need. So we're well above that. As regards the laptop, that's receiving on my personal phone data, and that's crap. But even I can still see a good picture, so fingers crossed. Things should improve for you. Vijayant, have you tried black pudding? I have once and never again. I do not like it. But yeah, it is a traditional Yorkshire thing, but I just don't like it. Oh, pardon me. Harry Darg, I'm back. I refreshed. Good man. Well, you worked it out. Good job. Kelly Dick Kelsky. Yo, Kelsky's back. Right, Kelsky. Kelsky was one of our ATV instructors back in the UK on the off-road centre. And she also covered the office as well. So our main role was office, admin, that kind of stuff. But every now and again, we'd drag her out and chuck her on a quad bike and send her off into the woods with some customers. And she thoroughly enjoyed it. It's great fun. And she'd often run the cabin as well, down at the car park for the 4x4 site. So how's it going, Kelsky? We have been messaging on Facebook sporadically over many years since arriving in New Zealand. And she's a good lass. She really is. So feel free to ask Kelsky any questions you like about the off-road centre and what it was like, really. Simon, love black pudding. Well, Simon, you can have mine without any problems at all. Kelsky, oh, hang on, here we go, look. Why do you look like a genie, or have you had too much bottle, lol? I'm sure you like the ponytail. I do. Oh, I'm going to get so much shit now because I didn't look like this in the UK, that's for sure. Right. Oh my word, where we get to? Igor Brovskis, what is black pudding? I think isn't it congealed blood and then fried, mixed up with some other stuff? Simon, I'm sure you can elaborate. I'm not really that interested, to be honest. I just know I don't like it. It's way too sort of greasy and fatty, and I don't know. I mean, saying that, I've not tried it for many, many years, so maybe I should give it another go. Maybe my tastes have changed a bit. Richard Perry, morning Andy and crew, GB, thumbs up. Good morning, Richard. Welcome back to the workshop. Machine NZ, morning Andy and crew. Oh, Kevin, good morning, sir. Welcome back to my workshop. It's full of motorcycles, hence why we've got a different camera angle at the moment, because as soon as the live stream's finished, we're going to pack up, jump in the truck, and get down to the Bruce McLaren Raceway to support Steve Elliott on this season's racing of the GT3 stroke GT4 Cup. He's gone up to the next level because he won the last 2 years, and he said to me the other day when I called in to see him, he said, it's not really very competitive. I just win. So he's tweaked the car. He spent all Christmas, all winter tweaking the car, redoing all the suspension. It's got all new suspension on there, new tires, new wheels. He's tweaked the engine out of the dyno, and he's going after the next group. And I think he'll do really well. That car is quick, and it handles like a go-kart. It's phenomenal to see him go around the corners. He makes up a lot of his time on the corners compared to some of the bigger, heavier cars. But we'll find out later on, won't we? Hopefully the weather will stay good. It is forecast thunderstorms and rain, which we had yesterday as well. Hopefully it won't be too bad, because it'd be nice to be outside, watching rather than sat in the car, because you can actually, one of the good points of the Bruce McLaren Raceway is you can park really close to the track on an elevated bank, and you can see most of the track from the comfort of your car. It's like a drive-in racetrack for the spectators. Brilliant. Where do we get to? Kelsky. Cheers, Andy. Love Kelsky. Love you too, Kelsky. Miss you heaps. Robert Lamundi. Andy, pie. Yes, thank you. Segway. Cheers for that. So, went down to the local petrol station at 8 o'clock this morning when they opened, and they weren't open. No, the lady that runs the petrol station was still in bed. So, I wandered over the road to, it's a local dairy that we have. I don't like to shop there because I don't really like the guy, but I needed a pie. Anyway, I picked up 3 pies. This one we've already done. Wasn't too sure. Check the board. We have done it. It's the Irvin's Beast, and it's the beef, bacon, and cheese. And it got 94. So we're not going to do that one today. However, we've got 2 other ones here. Look, we've got they're all the Beasts from the Beast range from Irvin's. One is steak and cheese. Now, we did a normal steak and cheese and it got 93, but we've never done the Beast. So we've got a chance to do that one. Or we've got the Beast mince. Okay, so down to you. Which one do you want me to do? All right, steak and cheese, the Beast, or mince, the Beast? Your choice. Vote. Go for it. And we'll see what comes in. So thanks, Robert. As soon as we know what it is, we'll chuck it in the pie warmer. It is already warm, but I want to cook it properly because they're quite soggy, unfortunately. Right, where we get to? Dum, 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 dum. My word, you guys are fast. Harry, want my 3 wishes. We all rub the bottle. Do I really look like a genie? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe that's the look that I've gone for. I really don't know. Right, Simon, pig's blood. There you go. With cereal and beef fat. Yeah, I knew there was some fat in there. Boiled into a sausage, and then it's fried. That's right, you cut it up into, like, into circles and chuck it in the frying pan and fry it up. I remember there was some white bits in. That'll be the fat. I remember it had made from pig's blood. So I knew those 2 bits, but I wasn't sure about the cereal bit. So thanks, Simon. Roger Heaps. Morning, Andy and crew. Just finished watching the All Blacks versus England. Ooh. Didn't even know they were playing. That's how much I follow rugby at the moment. Well, if you finish watching it, the game must be over. So, I don't know. Do we want a spoiler alert? Do we want to find out who won? Is it going to? I'm always torn between whether England should win or the All Blacks. And I think when England's playing against the All Blacks, I sort of go for the the England crew because I'm English. But when it's the All Blacks against somebody else, then I'm always, pitching in for the All Blacks. So, and I remember staying up in Auckland all night in a pub, which was extremely dangerous because the game started at our time, 6 a.m. So we were all absolutely plastered by the time the game started. It's good though. It's a good night's drinking. That was a long time ago. Oh, hang on. Scroll back. You guys are quick. Machine NZ, Roger Heaps. Who won, Roger? See, straight in there. Who won, Roger? Okay, tell us, Roger. Who won? Igors Debroskis. Simon Raw. Yes, it is the same as ours. Just ours had no pudding in its name. Ah, different name. Right. Okay, Kevin's voted for steak and cheese. Right, I'll put that to one side. Steak and cheese, possibly. Daz, 323323. Both are crap. Well, Daz, you could well be right. Not my favourite pie, to be honest. But it's all I could get this morning, so you'll have to forgive me there. The Giant Governor, steak and cheese. Right, 2 for steak and cheese. JJ, steak and cheese. Oh, this is Simon. Steak and cheese gets it. Sheldon, steak and cheese because you like them. Thank you, Sheldon. Robert Iamundi. Sorry, Robert, if I pronounced that wrong. Steak and cheese, please. Oh, my word. Al Alish, why not do both? Because that would be bad. I have to wander around a racetrack all day with Mrs. Mechanic. And there's going to be food there as well. So I need to leave a bit of space. Maybe some nice hot chips and some ketchup. That will go down well. Right. Roger, nobody won. Oh, nobody won. 25 all draw. So what happens there? Do they do like a rematch? Don't know. Oh, pardon me. George Bonnie 90. Hello, everybody. Good morning, George. Big thumbs up for you, sir. JJ, perfect results. There you go. Simon, can't help feeling if Andy Genie grants 3 wishes, there will be a A sting in the... I think you meant sting in the tail, not a sing in the tail. Sting in the tail, oh my word. You guys get terrible. Right, okay, so we're going to go with... Let's get rid of these two. Put them somewhere reasonably clean. There we go. Okay, we're going to go for today's pie, as voted, is going to be the Irvin's. I know, not the greatest pies in the world, but hey, we'll give them a chance, right? Irvin's The Beast steak and cheese. So, first of all, we did the normal steak and cheese a while back, and it got 93, which isn't a bad score, believe it or not. I must have been feeling good that day. Right, let's see what this one looks like. It's had a bit of a transport from the shop, and there was a bit of a rush. So, okay, there we go. Look, right, very, very soggy pie, but I think that'll be fixed in the pie warmer. There we go. Look, quick whiz round. We've got a bit of a crack. Oh yeah, we've got a hell of a crack there. Look, bit of a compromise in the structure. Underneath looks pretty good, and on top is pretty hollowed down. So to me, that tells me there's not that much filling in there. It's not great. Right, I'm going to turn you around. Oh my word, this is going to be fun. I've got bikes all over the place that you can't see. Okay, turn you around. 3, 2, 1. Boom. I know, just boxes. Right, we'll go round this way, and then we'll keep the camera over there. Oh, look at that. He's done it. Nothing in shot that shouldn't be in shot. Okay. Now, I don't think 23 minutes... Oh, geez. I don't think 23 minutes is going to be the right amount this time, because it's already warm. So let's try it at about 15. I don't want to destroy it. I know. Kelly, you need to come and clean the pie warmer. I've not cleaned it for a long time. Right. Back to the bench. I know. Still no special tools. But I've had no time. Right, so what has Andy been up to this last week? Give me a second. It's time for a cigarette. We'll have a chat about what I've been doing. We okay there? I think we're okay there, aren't we? Right, okay, that'll work. So, what did I do? Oh, dealer visits. Motorcycle shop visits. I've been doing motorcycle shops. So, on Monday, I went over to middle of nowhere place called Opotiki, out on the east coast, middle of nowhere, really almost on the way. It is on the way to Gisborne, and Gisborne it's not a bad place, is Gisborne, but it's a very long drive from anywhere to get anywhere to and from Gisborne. Nobody goes there unless you live there, basically. Although I think now and again people go there on holiday, but it's a nice coastline, but the place isn't great. But Opotiki, it's sort of the hive of industry for, you know, supplies for farming and all that kind of stuff. And I was there. It was a pretty good visit. Everything worked out pretty well. And then drove up to Tauranga. I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyway, that place, a bit further north. So I basically followed the coast, heading north, got to Tauranga, and spent most of the night doing admin work, actually. I think it was. Did I go anywhere for tea? Yes, I did. I wandered down to the waterfront and found a pub. Most pubs were shut. It was Monday night. Weird. But I had a meal, which was a couple of starters actually. I wasn't feeling that hungry, but it was all right. And then pootled back to the digs, and I think I just gave up and watched TV. Actually, remember rightly. So I worked till about 7:30, I think it was, doing admin. So trying to keep caught up, because when you're doing dealer visits, you know, you're still getting all the emails and all the phone calls and stuff. So it's hard for people to get hold of me, and I end up doing a lot of the emails on an evening, trying to put out the fires, so to speak. Tuesday was motorcycle shop in Tauranga, and then from there to Rotorua, and did them in the afternoon. That was okay. They're still struggling for techs at the moment. And then stayed in Rotorua at the Ibis Hotel, which was crap, to be honest. A bit shitty, a bit run down, but it was cheap, so that's all right. It saves a few pennies. Went out to an Irish pub for tea. Had a burger, beef burger and chips, with bacon. Had bacon on it, which was good. It was okay. Yeah, it was all right. Went back to the digs, watched TV, fell asleep, as I do. And then the next morning drove to Cambridge, did a visit in Cambridge, and then went into Hamilton, Tron, they call it here as a nickname, Tron, or the Tron, and went to another motorcycle shop that afternoon. So when you're doing 2 visits a day, it's pretty full on stuff. and stayed in Hamilton that night. Where I was staying was crap. It was crap. The most rooms have aircon. This aircon didn't work. It only worked on freezing cold, and that was it. So I had to turn it off. It was too cold because it was raining that day. Went to the pub, got rained on, lots, and lots of flies at the pub. Little bitey flies. Didn't like that. Babby tea. Went back to the digs. Done a lot of admin that afternoon, and fell asleep watching TV. And then the next morning, so that would have been Thursday morning. Where did I go after that? Oh, I went somewhere. No. Can't remember now. I got home Thursday night. Yes, that's right. Went to Morrinsville in the morning, did a visit there, and then went to Matamata and did another motorcycle shop visit in the afternoon, and then went home. That's right. I remember all of it now. It's been a bit of a blur. Friday was a mission. Friday was a drive day. We'd finished the first ROV service over the weekend. That was pretty full on. So took that back to Piha, picked up another one, number 20. Then drove to head office, dropped that off at head office, picked up 2 brand new ROVs that have been stripped for underseal. They came home on the big trailer, my big trailer, and we got home about 7:30 that evening. So we'd left at about 8 in the morning. So it was a long day, 11 and a half hours of pretty much nothing but driving apart from loading up and unloading. And then Saturday morning, early starts, had a lot of stuff to clear out of the ute, had to tidy up under the carport. And then me and Mrs. Mechanic worked our ass off, and we stripped down both machines and got them both undersealed. We did. And they're both outside waiting for the underseal to cure. And then we've got to put them back together again. And that was sort of the plan for today. But I've had a little look at my schedule, and we need a day off. I'm knackered, to be honest. And the underseal's still really tacky. So we're going to have some time down at the racetrack. Steve invited us down to watch the racing. The weather's not too bad at the moment, so stuff it. We're going to go and have a bit of fun because we don't often do that at the moment. We're loaded up with work. So there you go. That brings you up to current. That's my week. How has your week been? Oh my word. Right. There's all sorts going on. JJ. Well, Andy, it's a bit of a genius when it comes to the workshop. What? Howie Dag. Shop looks cleaner. That's because you can't see most of it. It's not clear. Oh, this message is held for review. At least, yeah, I can't, yeah. At least there's no opposite of white members. Yes, thanks, Kelly. YouTube has some rules. Robert, I'm Monday. Smash the like button. Absolutely. Go for it. Smash the like. Why not? Kelsky, if you pay for the flight, I will clean the pie warmer and the workshop for free, lol. We should do that. We should get Kelsky over here. She'd like that. Come over for a holiday, Kelsky. Let's see if we can organise something. I'll talk to Mrs. Mechanic and see if I can get it over the line and see if we can get that organised. I don't know how much flights are. Probably quite a lot. Could be the most expensive pie warmer clean ever, couldn't it? Oh, cigarette's gone out. Hang on. I talk too much. So, Kelsky, watch this space. I'll be in touch. Brooknecks. Good morning from the middle of nowhere, Alaska. Bloody hell. So what's the weather like in Alaska right now? Is it getting colder? Is it the getting colder time? I think it is. Now then, where do we get to? Simon. So, what has happened to the Teng hat? Nothing. Nothing at all. I just felt, Mrs. Mechanic said, hey, you should do a live stream not wearing your cap because, you know, you're always wearing your cap and you should not wear your cap. So, I'm not wearing my cap today. There you go. Thought it'd be a bit different. Is it? It's probably not an improvement, is it? Probably isn't. Probably a lot better with a cap, to be fair. Now then, where do we get to? Jeez. The cap actually is hung on. Yeah, look. It's on the trump at the moment. Now, Brooknecks, Andy Mechanic. We're in the full grips of winter here. Wow. It gets pretty harsh up there, doesn't it? I mean, they talk about snow here in New Zealand, and unless you're halfway up a mountain, it's not really that snowy. It really isn't. They don't salt the roads, which is good. But yeah, it doesn't really snow that much. It's not like you've got to get the loading shovel out and clear the driveway like we used to do at home in England, you know, where it's like 18 inches deep of snow and there's nobody can get in and out, and all the staff are at the bottom of the drive trying to get up in the cars and they can't get up. So we get old scoop out and clear the drive. Immense amounts of fun. Ben would be there, sat in the cab with me, you know, and we just ramming the snow and pushing it down the drive and making a big snow mound, which he'll then get his quad bike out and try and ride over. Great fun. So what's the plan for next week? Well, more dealer visits actually. Full bore on the road at the moment. Not at home very much at all. And when I am at home, it's plenty of work. So it'd be nice to have this day off actually. So heading west initially through Taramanui to New Plymouth. I'll be in New Plymouth Monday night, and then in fact I think I'm in New Plymouth for 2 nights actually, because it's a far better place to stay. So motorcycle shop visit tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, Monday. Geez, in Taramanui. Only a short one though, because it wasn't too long ago that I was there before. So it's going to be an hour's stop and then carry on, get some admin work done in New Plymouth, and then a motorcycle shop visit Tuesday morning in New Plymouth. And then in the afternoon will be Stratford, just down the road, about half an hour's drive down the road. Stratford, back to New Plymouth, and then staying there that night, and then out to a bit more of a drive, about an hour's drive from there to Hawera, over on the west coast. It comes around a bit, west coast, and then another one in, I think from there I've got Wanganui, and I'm staying in Wanganui that night, and then the next day will be, I think, Palmerston North. I think it's that way around. Palmerston North, and then home. It's a bit of a drive, in all honesty. So I get home on Thursday night again, and then on the Friday, I've got these 2 ROVs to put back together in the morning. Oh, there's a fly. In the morning, and then I've got to take them back up to Auckland Friday afternoon and pick up the one number 20 that I left at head office to bring back for servicing, and then I've got to get that serviced Saturday, Sunday. Sorry, I've only got to build one up. That's right, I worked it out. I've got to build one up Friday morning, which will be the easiest one, and then take that back up on the small trailer, do a swap, get the one for service, bring that back, and then on Saturday morning I can put the other one back together, and then I can do the service on number 20, Saturday afternoon, Sunday, and then Monday morning back up to Auckland again. I think it's Monday morning or Tuesday. Monday at home. No, that's wrong. Monday, here we go, gets worse. Monday, got to take the big trailer and go back down to Palmerston North and pick up another ROV that's in a million pieces. I'm not joking. The engine's in bits, completely in bits. The vehicle's in bits. I've got to collect everything, bring it all back here Monday night, and I've got to load the number 20 and that one on the big trailer with all the bits and take it all back to Auckland. Yes, I have a lot to do. I'm in Auckland then until the Saturday morning. That's right, because we've got the staff Christmas meal on the Friday night. So I'm staying over in Auckland on the Friday night. Then I come back, empty trailer. Will it be an empty trailer? At some point, I have to deliver the number 20 back to the club. So I'll probably be picking up the last one for service. So I'll be bringing the big trailer back with the last one, which I think is number 19 on the trailer, home. But it gets worse. I can't do anything with it because I leave first thing. I can do a bit of servicing work on it, but I can't get it back. And then Monday morning, I leave for the South Island, and I don't get home until December the 22nd. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's just mental, but it all really has to be done, unfortunately. So yes, a lot of logistics going on at the moment. Right, where do we get to? Scrolling back. Kevin, I don't miss UK winters at all. No, it's wet and rainy and cold and windy and wet and rainy. Yes, I'd agree with you. I didn't mind it when it snowed. It was fun when it snowed because it didn't snow that often. Brooknex, last year we had 10 meters of snow on the ground by the time it started. That's ridiculous, 10 meters. That's like as high as your house. Mike Adams, hi all, checking in while working on the Kenworth. Ooh, that'd be fun, working on a truck. Brooknex, I rode my tracked ATV over one snowdrift that had to be at least 80 feet deep. That's a mountain. Mike Adams, wow, sounds like you've got a lot of real estate to cover. I got a long way to go. When I'm in the South Island, I'd already planned my dealer visits down there, my motorcycle shop visits, which is only a few. It's a small number because the ones that I had to skip on the last trip because of flu, not COVID, flu. I had the flu, and some of the shops had the flu as well. And they said, look, we're too busy. We're down on staff. We've got loads of people off. Can you come back next time? So it's fine, no problem. I don't want to impose. That's fine. I'll do it next time around. So I've got those two to do. I've got some urgent training to do at not a new dealership, an existing dealership that's got a new service manager. Got to get him up to speed before Christmas, so he's good to go for the start of the new year. So he knows how to use all the systems and stuff, the portal. And then after I planned all that and booked everything, then that field research came in. So I'm getting up to Christchurch with the visits, or Ashburn. And then I've got to turn around and go all the way down to Invercargill for 3 days, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I get there Thursday night, and then the field research Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then come the Monday morning, I think on the Sunday night, I drive back to Oamaru. Pretty sure I do. And then from Oamaru, it's hot foot straight back home. So yeah, a lot of Ks, but the research is really important. If I don't get it done this time round, then it won't be till probably February time, and I've got 3 weeks off in March, so if I don't get it in February, it won't be till April, and it needs to be done way before then. So I think it's pretty important that I go down and get it done, while I can. Things tend to quieten down a bit during December anyway, and I'm sort of up to date with my admin. A couple of days and I'll be up to date. It's not horrific. Now the pie has gone ping, which was nice and quick, so we'll get that out shortly. Let's catch up. Oh, we can get rid of those. Jeez, what are those things doing there? Let's report that one. Oh, I don't know. Misinformation. Oh, probably that one actually. Actually, we'll do that. Report. Okay, thank you. And we'll report that one as well. Sorry, chaps, I've got to do this. So, report. Where's that gone? There we are. Report. That one. And do that. Right. We're up to date. Okay, thank you. We've received a report. Brilliant. Okay, right. Oh, there's some more. There's loads more, actually. There's one up there as well. Let's get rid of that. Sorry, chaps. It's just the way it is. I'm getting quicker at doing these now. Okay, right. Where do we get to? Alanish, I have to pause. You. Got to go and walk the dog. Fair enough. Dogs do need to be walked. Jim Haynes, why is the unit in so many parts? That's a very good question, Jim, and I really can't elaborate on a live stream. It's work-related stuff, and I can't. I could get into trouble, so forgive me. Sheldon, as I've said, there needs to be a North Island and a mechanic and a South Island and a mechanic. You are quite correct, Sheldon. There really, really does. But I've tried so many times, and it isn't going to happen. UK mechanic, I've heard of burning the candle at both ends, but you seem to be attacking the middle with a flamethrower as well. Yes, things are pretty full on. Roger Heaps, bar available for live stream if needed. Well, Roger, I will be down there, so that sounds like a very, very good plan. We should do that. I'll be in touch. Thank you. Daz323323, you should do a South Island and a North Island subscriber meetup, maybe for a live stream. I should do that. I wonder where we could do that. I know where we could do that. I know exactly where we could do that. Leave it with me. Sheldon, I'll be in touch. Mike Adams, I have to drive from Tennessee to Washington, D.C. tomorrow, then back to Tennessee on Monday. Do some short runs Tuesday. Then Wednesday, I have to take a short flight to Jacksonville, North Carolina. Mate, you're in competition with me. Traveling. Simon, think you need to get rid of the truck and get a helicopter, lol. Bit of time off in the new year then. Yes, I have booked, I think, 2.5 weeks off over the Christmas period. However, if all goes to plan, we do have another batch of those plates to do. And there is although the window is closing because I can't place the order just yet, the window is closing to have the laser cutting done and picked up before Christmas. If it's ready, when I get back from the South Island, I have got a 1-day window to get back to Auckland and get it picked up. And I'll be doing that if it's ready, if it's ordered. So yeah, pretty full on. But then we'll have 2.5 weeks, so it won't take 2.5 weeks to do them, but they'll be here and we can do them at more of a leisurely pace, and just take it easy and maybe just do a few half days. It'd be nice. Unlikely. Chances are we'll just crack on, which is what we do. Now then. Mike, I've never flown before, so it'll be a first for me. Oh, good luck, Mike. What you should do when you get on the plane, as you know, you always get greeted when you get on the plane. Just look a bit confused, and the flight attendant, usually a lady, will say to you, "Are you okay, sir?" And you say, "Well, whereabouts do you keep the parachutes?" But say it quite loud so that other people can hear you, and that usually really winds them up. I've tried it many times, and I've never been escorted off the plane yet, but I usually get told, "Just go and find your seats, sir," is normally what they say. John Nuttall, forget the go-kart. Forget the go-kart. His son has left home now. I was just telling Mrs. Mechanic, by the time I get that go-kart done, he'll need it making a lot longer because his kid will be a teenager by then. Sorry, Jared. Oh, man. Daz323323, I'm available for the South Island leg. Okay, Roger D. I'll announce it with like a mini live stream at a pub or something en route. We'll sort something out, I'm sure. Simon, take a rest. You will feel better for it. I sure will. Pat, good morning, Andy and Mrs. Mechanic. Thank you, Pat. I'll pass that on. In fact, she's probably watching, actually. Robert Amundi, pie. Oh, shit, pie. Come on, man. Jeez, thanks for that. Right, let's go get the pie, because I've got to get to the racetrack. Right, turn you around. 3, 2, 1. Boom. No, boom. Misfire. There we go. Right, here we go. Try and keep the bikes, apart from this one, out of the shot. Dum, 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 dum. I think Mrs. Mechanic has just texted me to say, "Eat your pie, we've got to go." Right. Pie. Right. Dum, dum, dum. Look at that, keeping it in focus all the way. It's pretty good. Okay, we'll stick him down there. Reasonably clean. Turn you around, 3, 2, 1, boom. I think that's about right. There we go. Okay, bear with me. Now, the good news is, sitting here, is I've cleaned out under this bench a bit, so I've got somewhere for my legs on. I think that's about right. There we go. Perfect. Right, cold coffee, slurp. Here we go. Oh, that really is cold. Now, let me just check my phone, because I think that might be Mrs. Mechanic. Oh no, it's just Google sending me pictures. Okay, thanks Google. I'll look at those later on. Right, the pie. I'll come back to the comments in a second. Okay, quick spin round. We've got that for sure down here, the big crack down the side of the pie. Little tiny ones here and there. Nothing too major than that one. We've got one down there. Look, that could be catastrophic. It could be a pie-tastrophe, couldn't it? There you go. Not had that word for a while. Look at the crack there. It's a big chomp coming out of the pie. Wow. Underside, not too bad. Okay, so for those that have just joined us, this is The Beast from Irvin's. Purely a marketing thing because the pie itself is really no bigger than any normal pie. It's 210 grams, whereas most pies, the average size is 200 grams. So, you know, they really are sort of pushing the boat out with calling it The Beast, aren't they, really? And it's a steak and cheese. Okay, standard issue steak and cheese. As Sheldon says, my favorite go-to pie. Right, I'm going to start at the crack. We always give pies the benefit of the doubt, and good pie management will be you start to eat at the worst or the most compromised part of the pie, which clearly is that bit. So we're going in. Oh, by the way, it has firmed up quite a bit from being in the pie warmer, so a good trick. If you get a soggy pie, stick it in the pie warmer. Right, here we go. It's quite hot. Okay. Mike, I thought about pulling a Leslie Nielsen, going to the cabin and telling the pilots, here we go. Just want to tell you, good luck. We're all counting on you. But I don't think I'll get away with it. You should do that. That's brilliant. Could I see the pilot, please? We're all counting on you. Good luck. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to use that. I'll use it on my next one. Right. Another bite. Okay. The pie. There you go. So we've got a little bit of sag in the middle. You see that there, look. And as regards volume, there's about, I don't know, about 14 millimeters depth of pie filling. It really doesn't warrant the name The Beast, does it? Okay, we've got to crack on because Mrs. Mechanic's going to kill me. How long are we going? We're going 42 minutes already. And we're just starting the pie review. We're going to knock it on the head. No, I don't want that. We're going to knock it on the head at an hour. So we've got to crack on. Okay, taste, stroke, flavour. This is for the contents. So we've got the steak, which is more like mince really. But you can see the cheese. There's definitely evidence of cheese in there. And I can taste the cheese too. So it certainly hasn't got those big chunks of steak that we've seen in some of the pies that we've had. It really is. There's quite a bit of gravy. And most of the pieces of steak, in inverted commas, are quite small. But I'm hungry, so it's doing the trick. Okay. The flavour of the contents, it's pretty bland. It's not like, wow, this tastes great. It's a 6. I'm sorry, it tastes quite processed. That's probably the cheese side of it, but it does taste quite processed. Now, structure Foley partners, let's leave that for a little bit. Put that on the back burner because we're only so far into the pie at the moment. Runnability test, we can do that. Okay, everything's reversed with the camera this way around, right? Okay, so here we go. We've almost got full width of the pie, so we can do the test. So it's 30 seconds maximum at 45 degrees. And hopefully, let's just put that down there because it might, this one, way, it's my pie, bugger off. Here we go, right. So, don't want to drop the pie. So, 45 degrees, which is about what we're at now. And we have got some small amounts of movement here. There's quite a lot of cheese content in that area. However, as it comes out of the pie, the cheese is going to cool down and it should start to solidify. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get away with not losing any contents, but it's pretty iffy, isn't it? We've got quite a large lump hanging out now. I'm going to abort mission. I am, right. So, It didn't manage the full 30 seconds, I don't think. Runnability test, it's not bad, but it's not perfect. It's not 100% stable. So I'm going to give it an 8. I think 8 is fair. If you disagree with any of these scores, do let me know, and we'll have a discussion, because I'm always open to, you know, your input as well. Now, meat quality. Like I said before, it's, if I just open it up, here you go, look. It really is, the chunks, the biggest chunks are about, I don't know, 8 mil, but there's not many of them. Most of it's mincy stuff. So, meat quality. 5. I think a 5. We've seen a lot better than this. Okay, pie to crust ratio. So I'm just going to open it up again so you can see inside. It's not too bad. We've got it's actually quite thin pastry along the base. Probably about maybe 4 millimeters thick is that base pastry. The sides are a little bit thicker, and the lid is probably about 4 mil as well. So as regards contents, although the contents are down a bit because the lid was sagging down, wasn't it? Remember that? So as regards volume, actually, the way I'm looking at it at the moment, it's almost 50-50. So 50% is pastry and 50% is contents there, like you see. Yeah, it's quite a bit of pastry because the contents are so small. And for one that calls itself the Beast, you'd expect a decent filled pie, wouldn't you? So I'm going to give it, despite it having quite thin pastry, I'm only going to give it a 5. I think they could have done a lot better with that. I think this pie should have had a lot more filling in it. Now, bear with me. In that last bite, there was quite a large chunk of steak, in inverted commas. However, it wasn't gristly, but it sure as hell wasn't steak. It was something else. It wasn't that pleasant. If it, you know, the size of the chunk, sort of all of a sudden, like, oh, finally we've got a nice chunk of steak, but it didn't deliver. You know what I mean? Anyway, availability of logistics. Irvin's pies are pretty much available all over the place. A lot of dairies have them in their little pie warmers, and they supply them still in the bags. That's how I bought them this morning, as you saw. Here's one I bought earlier. There we go. Like you see, that's how they arrive in the bag. You don't get a paper bag. These things are bought in. Probably come out of the freezer. They probably buy hundreds at a time. You can get them from supermarkets as well, and of course, then because you can do that, you can buy them online. So, pretty high. Oh, first burp. Bear in mind that one. 8. I have to give it an 8. Oh, 2 burps. I have to give it an 8. Right, those burps, for those that don't know how the scores work, we have one a bit later on, which is called post-heartburn factor. And the more burps that I have, the more it's disagreeing with my stomach, to be fair. Right, so, pastry taste rating. Let me try and steal a bit of pastry off it. I need a bigger bit. Steal that bit. It's quite soggy. There's no weird aftertaste, but it's just soggy pastry. Not really a fan of soggy pastry. 6, 5, 5. Another 5. Today's 5s. Now, packaging design. The bag does have holes in it. It's got little micro holes in it, so that when you warm them up in the bag, or if they're in the pie warmer in the bag, in theory, they don't sweat and go all soggy. All 3 pies are soggy, and I can actually see inside this one here. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but there is actually moisture. You'll be able to see it, but there's actually moisture that I can see on the inside of the window, actually on the one below as well. So that's not ideal. You don't want a soggy pie. So, packaging design, Yes, they put a window in there. Yes, they've come up with a text font for the beast, and they've made it sort of a bit bent and stuff, and it's got some information on the back. Somebody spent a bit of time designing that, and some great big board of people have decided to sign it off. It's probably about, I don't know, an hour's Photoshop, and you can put that together. It's not monstrous, to be honest. They've thought about it with the holes in the bags in an attempt to stop the pies getting soggy. I don't know, 6, 7. I'll give them a 7 for that. They've got a window. Now, recyclable score. Is it recyclable? No, it says on the back there, dispose of thoughtfully. So it's purely rubbish. It is not disposable, recyclable, sorry. So it gets a big fat 0. Okay, pie server attractiveness. Well, if I'm going to be honest, it was a bloke that served me this morning, probably late 30s, and very difficult for me to score the chap, but I'm going to give him a 5. I think a 5. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, a bit more pie. Okay. It's still quite hot. Now, we've got here structure Foley partner still to fill out, and I think it's not doing too bad. I mean, it's a little bit soft and squidgy. We've got a few cracks here and there, but it hasn't fallen apart. We've had some really bad pies in the past, but it's not great. I mean, you've got to be, if you squeeze it too hard, it's going to fall apart instantly. There's a lot of pie management going on with this one. Okay. Processed cheese. Yum, yum, yum. So, structure Foley partners. 6, 7. What do you reckon? Go away, fly. 6. I think it's 6. Because don't forget, if we hadn't put it in the pie warmer, if we bought it from the petrol station, or in this case the dairy, and eaten it in its current form, it was really soggy, as are the other 2 pies. So that structure would have been a lot worse. By putting it in the pie warmer, it's just finished the pastry off, or at least, you know, crispened it up in places. What is that? I think a wasp is trying to get in the workshop. If you see me run, it means it's made it in. Now, stuffability score. Well, the only way to work that one out is to eat the whole pie. So I'm going to finish it off. I'm not a fan of wasps. And the other weekend, I was down by the trailer at the side of the house in the morning. I was unloading something off the trailer, and there must have been 15, 20 wasps around. It was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. I was under attack. Okay. The last bit. There you go, look. And the fly zapper's not on. Shit. We're exposed. Okay. The pie is done. It has gone. The pie was the beast from Irvin's steak and cheese. Not a great fan, to be honest, and that's just reinforced the fact that I'm not a great fan of it. But at least it was steak and cheese. So, am I stuffed? Has it done the job? Well, it sort of has. I'm not really hungry at the moment. It's done the trick. Did I enjoy eating it? Not really. It wasn't a, wow, that was a good pie. You know, you get that feeling when you've had a good pie. It's like, wow, that was a good pie. I'll have one of those again. That did not happen with this pie. So, I am just physically stuffed, that's all. Am I still hungry? No. Am I overstuffed? No. So it's actually going to score quite high. Because we're not talking about taste here, which will be, that was a good pie. I'm going to give it a 9. I don't think it merits a 10. I'm going to give it a 9. Post heartburn factor, we've already had, I think 3 burps actually, so we're down to 7 on that one. And still tasty when cold. Well, it's a steak and cheese, although the cheese was distinctly processed. Would you eat it cold? If I had to. If I found it in the glove box and I had some kind of confirmation it wasn't any more than 3 or 4 days old, I would probably eat it if I was hungry. Okay. Another one. It's not agreeing with me, is that? So hang on. That comes down to a 6 for the post heartburn factor. I can sense there's going to be some Gaviscon coming my way shortly. Still tasty when cold. It wouldn't be a wild cool pie when it's cold. It would be an okay kind of pie. I'm going to give it a 6. I'm going to give it a 6. I'm going to knock it on the head. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 scores in the bag, or on the sheet, should I say. Let's add them up. And this is where you can help me out. Turn you around, 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay. Before I fall off the stool, let's move the stool out of the way. Right. This is your chance to check my arithmetic, my math, as the Americans call it. Right. Okay, so we've got 12, 20, 30, 38, 43, 49, 56, 62, 71, 76. That's probably about right, actually, a 76 pie. Okay, let me know if I'm wrong. So the pie itself was Irvin's is the brand. Steak and cheese. 76. There we go. Right. Did I get the maths right? I think so. Nobody said I've got it wrong. Okay, let's go and find the board. I can definitely hear either, I think it's a bumblebee actually, trying to get in. Let's go and find a flower. Go and find a flower. You don't mean the workshop. Okay. 76. Oh, it's on the shitboard. Here we go, look. In fact, it's the first pie ever to get 76. Look at that. So I'm just going to make some space. In fact, I'm going to move all these up a little bit. So the question is, Andy, would you buy another one? Well, if it was the only option available, then, and I was really hungry, then probably yes. If I was driving, going somewhere, I would go into the petrol station, I would see that they've only got the Irvin's, the beef steak and cheese, and I would get back in my truck and I would go and find a different petrol station a bit further down on the route. I would not buy that one again. Definitely not. Sorry, Irvin's, but it doesn't justify the name The Beast. And, well, the score actually was pretty damn low, really, wasn't it? Oh, dear. Right. Well, another pie on the board. Job done. Back to the bench. Wonder how much longer we've got left, because we said an hour, didn't we, today? Turn you around, 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay, there we go, look. Right, so we'll get rid of that lot. And we'll have one more cigarette, I think. Oh, we got, oh shit, we're running over. We are going, Mrs. Mechanic, we're going to run over slightly. It's just the way it is. You know, people come first, the viewers. If you haven't yet hit the like button, and you have liked things so far, then now is a good time to hit the like button, because we've got 17 likes and 22 viewers. 22! That's not bad for this elite group that we have. Okay, comments. Let me crack on. Comments. Dum 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 dum. What have you guys been up to? Here we go. Machine NZ. Catch you later, Andy. Have a good time at the track. Thank you, Kevin. Probably already gone. Sorry. Catch you next time, Kevin. Simon, ever warmed up a pie in the engine bay when driving? Not yet. Not yet, I haven't. That'd be a good idea. May take that glove box pie a bit. May make that glove. It might, actually. I should keep some foil in the truck. And a bit of wire. I could do that. I'll have to have a look under the Ranger's bonnet and just see the configuration, how easy it is to get the hot stuff, because modern engines are all covered in plastic and crap, aren't they? Mike Adams, if you've seen the movie Airplane, you might get the reference, lol. I have seen the movie Airplane. That was quite some time ago. Don't really remember the lines as such, but that is definitely something they would say, isn't it? For sure. Yes. Jim Haynes. I just did my yearly maintenance on my four-wheeler. I use at the races, and everything you need is always a week or two away for parts here in the US. How are things there now? That's something that I ask every motorcycle shop I go into. I ask them what their parts supply is like from my employer, the company I work for. And then I ask them again the same question, but on a broader scheme of things, aftermarket parts, other brands, just to put things in perspective. Are we doing better than the rest, or are we behind, or what? And I also ask them how well the parts were packed as well, because that's an important thing. You don't want to get parts supplied by delivered by the courier and everything, things being damaged because they've been allowed to move around in the box, heavy things against things like gaskets and stuff. So that's an important factor to take into account as well. And anything serious, I always follow up on. Part supply in general is improving. However, and this isn't just the brand that I work for, this is across the board. However, there are still quite a few lines, we call them, part numbers, items, which are still delayed, but the delays aren't anywhere near as long as they used to be. Things are starting to recover slowly. Very slowly. Jim K, hello, the man of many words. Good morning, Jim, and welcome back to my workshop. Did we speak last week? I can't remember if we did or not, actually. Maybe you thought I was busy and didn't bother to ring me up. I was actually very busy. I think maybe I missed one of your calls. My apologies. When I'm doing a motorcycle shop visit, I will rarely answer my phone. Normally, I have it on me, obviously, because that's what I do. But I'm only at the shop usually about 3 times a year at the moment, if all goes to plan. And they get me for 2.5 to 3 hours normally. And that's it. They don't see me again for the rest of the year. They've got 3 little, points in time where they've got my attention and I can sort things out for them. And other than that, I'm an email or a phone call away, usually an email away. So I think it's really important to give them the respect and focus on them for during that visit, and not be distracted by millions of phone calls, because it's very easy to burn an hour over a 3-hour period just being on the phone. If I'd answer my phone every time it rang, it'd probably be an hour's worth of calls. And that would throw me way behind, and I wouldn't get everything done that I need to get done. And the visits involve a lot of stuff that I have to cover and record and make note of, because I've got reports to do on each visit, which I also do on an evening as well. And photos. Take a lot of photos. Photos are great things to refer back to. They really are evidence. So there you go, Jim. Welcome back to the workshop. Jim Haynes. Hang on, Jim. I've got to just scroll. Oh, my word. You guys are busy. There we go. How much tax is the burp now in New Zealand since I last talked about the farmer's tax? I don't know, actually. I've not really been following it. Roger might be able to help us if he's still around. Are you there, Roger? I just know that there was lots of protests going on from farmers having their cows' farts being taxed, basically. Ridiculous, really, isn't it? Connor K. I used to occasionally I used to occasionally say to my seatmate after the pilot introduced himself and the crew on the PA before takeoff. Did he say he was something? I guess the FAA cleared him of all charges. Oh, that's evil, that is. Then you spend the rest of the flight watching your seatmate squirm and thinking, was he joking about that, or was he serious? Very good. Very good. I like that one. Connor K. Only did this if I had a very good reason on the passengers sitting near me. Sorry, very good read. Only did this if I had a very good read on the passengers sitting next to me. Didn't want to get blacklisted or worse. Laughing and kidding around in the end. Yeah, it's always a joke, isn't it? But I have said very similar things, not specifically that, to seatmates on planes. And yeah, they do get a little bit worried sometimes. Daniel Muller. Hi, help me please. Masai A433 model 8-pin. I have no idea what you're talking about, Daniel. You're in Poland. Very good. If you want to send me an email and try and explain more about what you're on about, but I don't recognize any of that. I'm sorry. Simon, Daniel Muller, is that the 8-pin CDI? Oh, hang on, Simon's on it already. Okay. Vijay and Governor. Simon, see if you can help out on that one. Vijay and Governor. Have you tried cooking on the engine exhaust manifold? Not yet. David Muller, yes. Sorry, Daniel Muller. Daniel Muller, please schemats module Masai A433 4x4. I don't have that. I don't have any of that. Simon, most of the UK is good for parts, but have to wait 2 days for a wheel stud from Nissan, and the dealership is less than 5 minutes from the Nissan factory. Parts must come from a different place. They must do. Oh, 5 miles. Yeah, they'll be coming from somewhere else. Roger. They still haven't really decided how much is going to cost tax-wise. I think farmers have to make a case-by-case decision on how much CO2 produced. Oh. Okay. Case by case. Wouldn't it just go on the number in the herd? You know, if you call it a herd of cows. Yes. The herd, if you've got 100, then it's, so much per head, isn't it? Because like they all fart the same, don't they? On average, maybe. I don't know. Pat, they can shove the tax on cow farts where the sun don't shine, lol. People can starve. Hey, a lot of our beef gets exported anyway, so hopefully they won't just keep exporting it all and then we have nothing here to eat. That would be the big problem, wouldn't it? We need to be more self-contained. That's what the last couple of years have taught us. Be sensible. There is definitely a bumblebee in here somewhere. Definitely. Yes. Oh well, crew. It really is time for me to pack up the workshop and get to Taupo, to the Bruce McLaren Raceway. I did actually find a photo, bear with me, of Steve's car, just to refresh you all. Bear with me a second. I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to move the laptop a little bit so the background's different. Okay, turn you around. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. Right, there you go. Look, that is Steve's car. He is going to zoom in. Look at that. What a machine. And there he is, Steve, on a mission. So we're going to see him in action later on today, hopefully. That's the car in its last year's configuration. I've not seen it yet in its current configuration. But awesome piece of kit. Really, really is. And you'll find that on the GTR NZ website. And you might find some more information about Steve and his winnings as well. Top bloke. Right, bring you back. Okay, crew, the cigarette is very nearly gone. I will bid you all farewell. Thank you all very much for joining yet again, for all the excellent comments that have come through. And who knows, maybe next week I'll wear my cap again. I don't know. Are you bothered? Doesn't bother me. It's actually quite nice not to wear a cap, actually. It's a lot cooler for me. What have we got? Oh, my word. Oh, hang on. Simon, Daniel Muller, look up 8-pin Chinese CDI pinout. Okay. Roger, depends on the activities on the farm and the trees, etc. I suppose it's the landscape, maybe. I don't know. Sounds complicated. John Nuttall, only worry on a plane when the attendants hand out free Red Bull. Good one. I like that. Jim Haynes, how about the hot wind coming from the politicians' mouths? Good point. Vijayant Governor, everyone have a wonderful week. Thank you, Vijayant, and thank you all for joining. Cigarette is done. See you next Sunday. 8:30 a.m. New Zealand time. Thanks for all your support. Cheers, crew. Over and out.